Welcome, it's Ms. Martin, and I'd like to introduce you to a book that I think is worth reading. This book is called The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and it's by Anne Brashears. So I hadn't really thought about including this book in the series of videos that I've been making for my students, but then what happened is that a student came up to me and she recommended this book. So here's what happened. She chose this book as one of her books to read last year for her choice reading last semester. And she got into the book and got started with it. And then she found that it's actually a whole series of books. So then she read the next one, and then she read the next one, and then she just kind of kept going with it. And she absolutely fell in love with it. So then she brought the book back to me and she said, Ms. Martin, I'm crazy about this book. I asked her, okay, why is that? What happened here? And she said, you know what? It's about all of the things that I really wish that I had in my life. This book is about good friendships, good connections, communication, and people sticking together. And I thought that's really, really wonderful, because those are the things that I think that we kind of missed out on over the last couple of years with, pandemic and social unrest and all of the things that have been happening, right? That we lost our, that focus that we've had for a long time previously of friendship, social connections, communication with people and so forth. And it was really hurtful for us not to have those things. So she said that this book series, it's a whole series, it's not just the one, helped her to reconnect with that and helped her to remember how much that her friendships do mean to her, and that she actually started reaching out to her friends even more after reading the books, because it helped her to reconnect with her buddies again. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to read you the first page of the book, so you can get a feel for it. And if you decide that you like this, you can run out and grab a copy of The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants by Anne Brashears, and maybe this will end up being your next book. So I'm going to read you the prologue. It does have a prologue, and then of course it starts with chapter 1, but I think that the prologue is a little bit more revealing, and so that's why I'm choosing to start there. So this is the first page of the prologue. Prologue. Once upon a time, there was a pair of pants. They were an essential kind of pants, jeans, naturally. Blue, but not that stiff. New blue that you see so often on the first day of school. They were a soft, changeable blue, with a little extra fading at the knees and the seat, and white wavelets at the cuffs. They'd had a good life before us, you could just tell. I guess a thrift shop is like the pound in some ways. Whatever you get there owes a lot to its previous owners. Our pants weren't like the neurotic puppy whose parents left it alone, barking itself hoarse from morning till night. They were more like a grown-up dog, whose family loved it, but had to move to an apartment building, or maybe to Korea. Is it Korea, where people sometimes eat dogs? I can tell the pants hadn't come to our lives because of tragedy. They'd just witnessed one of those regular but painful life transitions. That, it turns out, is the way of the pants. So, that's the introduction. That's your first page there to The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. If that sounds like a good book to you, and if you like the sound of the themes that are included in this book, run out and grab a copy. Maybe this will be your next book.